Did you know that this word has two different pronunciations depending on how the word is used? This is called a homograph. And in this lesson, you're going to learn the 10 most common homographs in English so you can improve your English pronunciation. And number 10 is new to me. I had no idea there were two different pronunciations for this word. Let's get started. Let's begin with this word. Listen to the sentence. The dove dove into the water. Now, dove is a noun. It's a bird. Dove, of. Dove is the past simple form of the verb dive. I always dive into the water. I dove into the water. In British English, you can also use dived as the past simple, but in American English, it's more common to say dove. The dove dove into the water. How do you pronounce this word? Don't desert us in the desert. Here we need to think about syllable stress. Don't desert us. When you desert someone, it means you leave them alone in a difficult situation without any help. For the verb, the syllable stress is on the second syllable, desert. But for the noun, the syllable stress is on the first syllable, desert. Don't desert us in the desert. Now, it's really important to have a professional review your pronunciation so you can make sure that you're saying it correctly. And that's the type of support that I offer my students in the Finally Fluent Academy. This is my premium membership program where I will personally work with you, coach you, support you, help you until you become fluent. So you can learn how to join the Finally Fluent Academy on my website. You can just click the link right there. How do you pronounce this word? They need to deliberate on whether her actions were deliberate. The verb deliberate is when you think or talk about something seriously or carefully. The adjective deliberate means intentionally or on purpose. They need to deliberate on whether her actions were deliberate. How do you pronounce this word? My parents are going to separate and live in separate homes. The verb separate means to divide into parts. Separate. The adjective separate is when two things happen independently, or with location, it means two independent locations. So my parents are going to separate and live in separate homes. One will live here and one will live here. How do you pronounce this? Let's resume with the resume. Resume is a verb and it's used to mean to start again after a pause. So we were reviewing the resume. Of course, a resume is your summary of your qualifications, your experience, and your work history. That's your resume. We were reviewing the resume and then we stopped, but now we're going to resume reviewing the resume. Notice how the end is pronounced, resume. This isn't typical English pronunciation because this word is borrowed from French pronunciation, resume. Resume the resume. How do you pronounce this? Let's use what we can put to good use. Notice the length of the sounds. Let's use the verb. Let's use what we can put to good use. Use, use. Use, use. How about this word? Close the door so we can get close. Of course, the verb to close Now, close as an adjective describes when two people have a strong connection or relationship. My sister and I are close. We have a strong connection or a relationship. Now, physically, two people can get close where they are separate and then they get close physically. Close the door so we can get close. The pronunciation difference, again, is a longer sound for the verb, close the door, and then a shorter sound for the adjective. Close the door so we can get close. Close, close. Close, close. How about this word? We need to record a new record this week. The difference depends on syllable stress. With the verb, the stress is on the second syllable, record, record. For the noun, the syllable stress is on the first syllable, record, record. We need to record the record this week. How about this word? Polish the Polish silverware. Polish people are from the country Poland. The verb is polish. Notice the difference in the vowel. Polish, polish, Polish. Polish the Polish silverware. And this is the word I did not know was a homograph. The sow is making it difficult to sow the seeds. The verb to sow, this is when you plant seeds in the ground so they will grow. It's what farmers do or what you can do in your backyard as well. You sow the seeds. But sow is a female pig. Now, I didn't know that the word sow described a female pig, so that's new to me. Sow, ow. Sow the seeds, sow. The sow is making it difficult to sow the seeds. Now I'm going to quiz you to make sure you have the correct pronunciation. I want you to read the sentence out loud, and after you'll listen to my pronunciation so you can make sure you have it correct. Let's get started. The dove dove into the water. Don't desert us in the desert. They need to deliberate on whether her actions were deliberate. My parents are going to separate and live in separate homes. Let's resume with the resume. Let's use what we can put to good use. Close the door so we can get close. We need to record a new record this week. Polish the Polish silverware. The sow is making it difficult to sow the seeds. So, how did you do with that quiz? Do you know all of these homographs? And if you want feedback on your pronunciation, you can get that in the Finally Fluent Academy. Now, you can keep practicing and improving your pronunciation with this lesson. And make sure you download this free speaking guide where I share 6 tips on how to speak English fluently and confidently. You can get it from my website right here. And now get started with your next lesson.